This is Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, where we bring you the biggest stories in the entertainment world. My name is Elsie Godwin, and I'm here with Ife Oshokeye.
What up?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Bless you.
Okay, so Victoria Kimani is in the news. She says exclusion of Kenyans on Beyonce's album is depressing. She tweeted, and I quote, "As much as we celebrate with our fellow Africans, the obvious exclusion of Kenyans/East Africans on this soundtrack is depressing. The movie was based on Kenya." Victoria Kimani is Kenyan singer, songwriter, actress, and entertainer. Now, to discuss this topic, you probably all know Marianne Okon. She's our political analyst on Plus TV Africa. And she was so passionate about this topic that we had to say, you are coming on this show to talk about it. Even if it's for 5 minutes, then we bounce you out. You know?
Wow. So I wasn't there when you were talking. So
Yeah,
what do you think about Kimani?
So yeah, I have met Victoria Kimani in person. Pretty girl. But I can't say the same about her music. She was good when she was good, but she's gone. But she's just really struggling to stay, you know, on the scene by always clawing at Tiwa Savage. Unfortunately, Tiwa Savage is also on this list of people who have been chosen by Beyonce. And so she's looking for every excuse to still claw back at, you know, Tiwa Savage. But the case she's making, this is what I think. The people who have made that list, especially the Nigerians who are the most on that list, are people who have not just made it in Nigeria, but they've made it to the international scene. We're starting with the likes of the Wizkids of this world. Come on, Burna Boy, really? Every person that is on that list has been recognized worldwide. That's why they're on it.
What about Shatta Wale from Ghana?
Hello.
Worldwide. We're talking about...
Well, the reason why Shatta Wale is on that list is because he has somewhat carved a niche for himself, not just in Ghana, but in Africa. And so when a Beyonce is saying, well, the guys in Africa, because you know, if you're out there in America, they don't say Nigeria or they say Africa. And even if you Google right now, a Shatta Wale's name will come up. But we did a quick Google search for the top Kenyan artists. Guess what? There was no Victoria Kimani. So hello, what's she talking about?
Okay, I don't think she was fighting this battle for herself. I think she was fighting this battle for East Africa in general, because the movie is plotted around the African savannah. Obviously, Kenya is one of those places you can regard as that.
Yeah.
And so if it's around that, it's only fair. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy that is that was married to Zari. We always speak about him from East Africa.
Okay, I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Platinums, Diamond Platinums.
Okay,
Diamond Platinums is somebody that has worked with a lot of international artists and is from East Africa.
Okay, and to touch on what you're just saying, I did a quick research before we came on, and the opening song and the phrase Hakuna Matata are in Swahili, which is a language spoken in a number of East African countries, including Kenya and Tanzania. And since the producers researched the film in Kenya, we can probably conclude that Pride Rock and all its animals are somewhere in Kenya. So
yeah, so
probably.
So I think
probability is not certainty.
that's why I said
probability.
African savannah. That's why I did not just want to.
But again, don't forget that the music in itself that is being used is also a tribute of sorts to East Africa. The setting in itself is enough tribute for East Africa. Now, don't forget that Beyonce is picking these people for a different reason, not for the movie. She doesn't run the movie. It's just the songs that she's using. And hey, East Africa has the whole movie. They can claim that. They don't also have to somewhat carve that music out to them. So come on. And I'm sorry, Kimani, you can't keep clawing at Tiwa. Get your new album out there or something. Do something, girl.
Okay,
You're pretty.
So
I
don't agree with that Tiwa Savage
Do some music.
conspiracy.
okay, so you think if Tiwa Savage was not on that list, she wouldn't bother?
She probably wouldn't have said anything.
No, I
It's my
strongly
opinion.
doubt
No,
that.
it's just an opinion. It's not necessarily a fact, but it's my opinion. And I'm saying, I love you, girl, but get something to do.
Yeah. Well, I think on that note, I really can't even say much, because no matter how much I try to defend Kimani on this one, but to be honest, I totally understand where Kimani is coming from, and I totally get where you're coming from. Now, because it's a business strategy now. East Africa, you own the movie, it's plotted around, in fact, Africa owns the movie. Let's
Yeah,
even say
but
Africa
mostly
owns-
East Africa because
Yeah,
all
but
of the
mostly-
setting
yes,
is for
exactly.
them.
So this music now, and then if we want to go with the big names like you mentioned, who are the people that would promote this movie?
And-
They
and
want
yes.
to. They want to. The
moment you
box
hear
office, they
Whiskey,
want the
people
box
will go and
office to
download
go,
these
you
songs.
get me?
I
So it's a
mean-
business strategy. That's the angle I was looking at it from. That okay, probably that's why East Africa is not included, because who is going to promote Lion King in East Africa and it would go
And how many
worldwide
downloads
like
can
that?
a Diamond Platinum
get
or
you.
this girl,
Yeah.
Kimani, get? So, hey,
And I know
Beyonce is
the
a
box
smart
office is going to go
businesswoman.
crazy as soon as Lion King
Friday.
drops, and So let's just see how
Exactly.
that plays out.
We'll drink to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Marianne, for your
Yeah.
time.
Thank you.
We're going on a quick break, but when we come back, we do have a studio guest. We'll be right back.
You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Akbofiofobo, Akbolubomemere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, you know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere. Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can. Welcome back. It's time to introduce our studio guest. She's an international human rights lawyer and a graduate of Formula Botanica, an international cosmetic manufacturing institution. She's the founder of Taosbeautybrand, a makeup brand that produces and sells makeup, and also the founder of Malicha Luxury, a handmade skincare brand. She has been nominated for the Future Awards Africa, Nigeria's 25 Under 25, and a host of different awards. Let's make welcome the businesswoman and beauty enthusiast, Vanessa Onwughalu. I hope I pronounced that right.
Welcome on the show.
You did.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
So what inspired you to going into the beauty industry?
You know, this question, whenever anyone asks me, I always feel like my answer is so cliche, but it's the absolute truth. I wanted to start my brand, or I wanted to go into beauty since when I was 9 years old. I had the name Teos since when I was 9 years old. Teos is my mom's initials, actually. So yeah, I had the name Teos since when I was 9 years old. And when I was finishing uni, finishing my master's, then I started doing research and looking into how to actually, the different ways to produce and make makeup products, beauty products, and things like that, yeah.
All right, so being in this industry, I'd like to get your take on colorism, because when I was doing my research on you, I realized that one of the reasons why you actually wanted to make your own makeup brand is because you have the white people with different shades of eyeliners, and from mayonnaise to beige and all that. I'm right,
You say
right?
mayonnaise. No. So my
or what is it called? No, you said, did I say no? Correct me, so
I wasn't. No, I was just laughing at the way you said it. No. My take on colorism. So when you mean colorism, do you mean bleaching? Because that's what I see as colorism.
Colorism?
Yes.
No, that's not what colorism is. Colorism is actually when preference is being placed on people with lighter skin.
Okay. I guess so that bleaching still goes under that because some black people change their skin color to My take on colorism, I mean, personally, I feel that women all over the world are beautiful than African women. I personally feel exceptionally beautiful because we have very defined and very nice features. It differs from tribe to country, but I personally feel like women all over the world are beautiful. In regards to colorism, I mean, there's no hidden fact that whites have always been preferred to blacks, whether it's in beauty, whether it's in politics, whether it's in economics. There's no hidden fact that whites have always been preferred to blacks and have always had more favor in terms of opportunities they get. Now, talking about beauty and colorism, first of all, to start with, beauty products sold abroad where white people live sell faster, easier, and actually have more opportunities to go around the world. I mean, for example, Kylie Jenner. Let me just use Kylie Jenner for example. I don't think any Nigerian has or will ever meet Nigeria. I mean, Kylie Jenner.
Really?
With the way, no, I don't think any.
Standard of sales.
Okay.
No, not yes, in standards of sales, and not because Kylie Jenner is the best at what she does. She is very good, and I admire her. But the reason why Nigerian beauty brands or African beauty brands in general will not meet her standard, not that she's better than us, is just that there's a craze about that kind of look. So everyone just wants to do what she's doing. Not only for the fact that she's Kylie Jenner, I feel that even if she was a black lady, it wouldn't be that wouldn't be that huge.
Okay, let me
I want to compare. Sorry, let me just one second. I want to compare Kylie Cosmetics with Fenty Beauty. Rihanna made an amazing collection of foundations, but people still find a reason to talk down on it. They'll say, okay, Fenty is good, but just because it's Rihanna, or Fenty is good, but my shade is not there. How can your shade not be there when there are 40 different shades of black foundations for African women? Do you see? People don't really do those kinds of talk down on Kylie Cosmetics. Why? I mean, that's where the other question comes in.
Because I was actually going to bring you back home, because I wanted to say it's not a thing of whether it's black and white now. It's a thing of, okay, she's light skinned, I'm dark skinned. I could call you light skinned as well. But they may want. What?
I think I'm like in between.
Yeah, kind of like, okay, yeah, so let's say caramel.
Yes,
yeah, let's stick to
yes.
caramel. So I'm like, okay, now, was that part of the reason why you said, okay, let me go into cosmetics so I can have something for the dark people, caramel people, light-skinned people, and all of that? That's part of the reason.
That's part of the reason.
Okay,
that is
So
part
in
of the
producing
reason.
your products, what are the challenges you've gone through, and especially when you have to maintain a certain quality, because we have this idea about Nigerian brands and I feel like they're not going to give me the finishing I want. So what challenges have you gone through, and what steps have you put in to make sure your products come out authentic?
And you produce in Nigeria?
So I produce, would I say, 40% of my products in Nigeria, but the other 60 is done in different countries. We're 5 years, this 2019, 5 years of producing and making cosmetics. So I don't even know how to explain it. I've gone into like the rough parts, the good parts, every single thing. And one thing I know that my brand stands for is quality. 5 years in cosmetics industry or beauty industry in Nigeria is not easy. 5 years in any business in Nigeria is not easy to start with. But one thing that I would say has been able to help us is a customer base. There are a lot of brands that have started and have stopped because they're not able to maintain their customer base. Once you have your customer base, you get money to continue to produce at the same quality you want to produce. In terms of keeping quality there, I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist, but I am almost a perfectionist. Anything I cannot use, I will not make. Anything I cannot use, I will not make at all. Yeah.
All right,
So
it's
for
time
those,
for a
break,
break.
okay.
But when we come back, we'll carry on a conversation with our studio guests. We'll be right back.
You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can live here.
My real names are Taosbeautybrand,
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom. You know, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you have a younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can. Welcome back. We still have our studio guest here, and Ife has a follow-up question for her.
All right, so I picked up a news saying that 40% of your products are made in Nigeria. So do you have like a factory? That's one. And secondly, if there's anyone watching out there that actually wants to go into this, because I know that getting capital to start this type of business is not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be a lot. So how were you able to finance this, and how would you advise anyone that wants to go into your line of business?
Okay, so let me answer the first question. Do I have a factory? No, I do not have a factory in Nigeria, but I work with other popular beauty companies based in Nigeria that have their own factory, and they produce for us.
So you're going to partnership with them or what?
I would not say it's a partnership, because what we do is we just use their factory and we use their equipment. We supply the ingredients. I choose the ingredients myself and all of that. So I would not really call it a partnership. We just use their factory and their equipment to produce some of our products. In terms of capital, the way I started in 2014 is not the way the brand is now. In 2014, I mean, then I think I only had maybe like 40 products to start with, just to start with.
40 products that you... No, 40 products you produce, or you just bought off the shelves to do your...
Bought off the so then I was doing private label with the Canadian company. So there, what they would just do for you, they would just show you, this is what we have in stock. You put your logo, and you say, this is my own brand.
So that was how you started?
That's how I started. And so that's what I was doing then, but now it's completely different. I choose ingredients, I choose the names of everything.
But still, you've not answered this question. The capital.
Capital.
To start. How was it like? Because I know that's the nightmare of most
capital
entrepreneurs.
to start. So that's what I was trying to explain. So then maybe it was like, I feel like saying like 150K to start. But obviously what I was doing then is different from what I'm doing now. Then it was just, I didn't even have a say. I could not even say that I don't want the packets to be white. I want it to be black. I could not even do that. All I could do was, I like this, I like this, I like this, and I put my logo on it. And which is actually what a lot of brands do. And to be fair, I even do it for some brands. We manufacture for other brands too, but that is not what I am currently doing. In terms of capital for what I am currently doing, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure I can mention, because it might just scare people, and actually that's not...
In case my little sister is watching and she actually wants to go.
But if your little sister is watching, she shouldn't start the way I am doing now. I believe in small beginnings.
Yeah, so what was your small beginning?
So I said 150,000, yes.
Okay, so if they want to do what you're doing now?
No, yeah.
If they want to do what I'm doing now, they would need to start small and enter the market.
Like right now.
What is your capital base right now?
Yeah.
What is my capital base right now? So in the last, let me say from 2018, let me say from 2016, when we actually started contract manufacturing all our products, I started with $20,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. I want to touch on something before our time flies out of the window. You have a co-working space for beauty, for makeup artists, and you've done something different. You're not saying, come and pay me for the space. You're saying, when you come into the space, when you walk, I take a certain percentage, you take a certain percentage. And I think that takes off the weight of trying to get a space and all that for young ladies out there looking up to brands like you. So how did you come to this decision?
So, you know, the thing is that I don't know how to do my makeup by myself, but I love getting my makeup done. And I know that there are so many good makeup artists out there that have the limit of, oh, I don't have a space. So I wanted to bridge the gap. A lot of makeup artists come to buy our products and they're like, oh, okay, your space is nice. Would you want us to take it for 1 year? And I'm like, no, don't take it for 1 year. Let's try out 1 month and see how it goes. From there, that's when I started getting the idea, okay, actually, there are a lot of makeup artists that really want a space. And Lekki Phase 1, let's be honest, is very expensive.
Oh, that's where you have your space.
Yes, that's where we have the space. It's very expensive. So why can't I give like 5 makeup artists the opportunity at the same time to bring in their own clients, which is also a nice advantage to us because they see our other products and they buy.
So you're a marketer on the side.
So how many makeup artists do you have working in your space?
So we have
right now?
4 currently.
Okay.
So we have, let me not say 4, let me say 3 that have chosen to do it for 1 month and 1 other one that's doing like a weekly thing for this week. But we have daily rates, monthly rates, weekly rates.
Okay.
Okay, so finally, if what would you regard as your best product thus far? And you also made it to 25
under 25 business.
Yeah. So how did that make you feel? And how old are you now?
So I'm 26, going to 27 in September. 25 under 25. It was really nice. I felt. It was also the year I was nominated for Future Awards. So I was like,
I saw that as
this
well.
is my year.
Yeah, that's your year.
So I was really happy. No, I was really happy. Any award I get, any nomination I get, I'm really blessed and grateful. I don't take any of them for granted at all. So yeah, it made me happy and I'm grateful. But did you ask me something else?
Yes, I lost my train of thought. So let's just conclude by saying how lucrative is you already just threw me off balance. How lucrative is this business?
I think if I was trying to open a makeup business.
Yeah. I said, what's your biggest brand towards for, and how lucrative is this business for you?
Or biggest product?
Yeah.
Biggest product or product I like the most?
No, the biggest one. We're talking
biggest
money
product.
That you've made that you know that, okay, this one is moving the market like, wow.
Our glow kit.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but
people like
whatever
to glow.
it
And
is.
another thing is that when glow wasn't that popular in Nigeria, that's when we came out with the glow kit. So we literally took the market and we were like, glow or die.
Glow?
Huh?
Have you tried selling the products? You know, I'm giving
There
you
was
ideas
still
now.
my idea because
I will tell you how to give glow.
Okay, while Ife is trying to build partnerships here, I'm going to leave them to that, and that's how we end this episode. You can join the conversation on social media or tweet at us at Plus TV Africa. My thank you always go to my co-anchor Ife Oshunke and the entire production team, and of course our studio guest Vanessa Onwughalu. Thank you for being here.
Very much.
My name is Elsie Godwin saying thank you for watching and have a good evening.